just really excited for him, and then I think Darrell Williams is there as well. He's on the team too. So, to have two guys that are going to be in the Super Bowl that are Hilltoppers, that's a big deal. Says a lot, and really happy for those guys and excited that they're doing that.
What are your memories of coaching Tyler? I know that he, underwent a position change, I think before you got here, but you saw him develop into a prospect. You saw him hone his skills. What kind of memories do you have of coaching him?
I'd tell you, he was always a playmaker. He was a guy that you could count on. You always called his number. He was a tough, hard worker, hard-nosed guy. Loved the game of football. You just could see that he had a great spirit about him when he was playing the game. But you could see him out there tonight having that same attitude, just like I remember out here.
What did you think about the meeting with the team tonight? How'd it go?
It went great. No, the meeting went great. Guys were really excited, really happy to be back, ready to work. Had a great look in their eye, so we'll see about a month from now if we still got that same look when we've got those tired eyes looking back at us. But I told them it's a process, and just stay with the process, and if they do that, we'll be fine.
What have the last few weeks been like for you since the December signing day?
I tell you what, it's slowed down a little bit, not a lot. I think the early signing day helps a lot, and so you can take a little bit of a deep breath, and then you come back after the holidays and you get going on the recruiting trail again and really try to identify some needs that, some plug and play guys, as we like to say, guys that you hope that you can sign the second time that are going to come in and be able to play immediately for you. They may be guys still in high school, they may be transfer guys, so it gives you a little time to kind of evaluate, whereas before we had 3 weeks to try to sign a class or part of a class. So it's been a lot better. I've been able to take a deep breath, and to be here before, know the landscape, that's helped a lot too. And so this big thing though, now I'll turn my attention to our guys here and getting them ready for the season.
Is there one position group you're particularly excited about?
No, not really. Just the team in general. I'm an offensive guy, so I can't wait to see the quarterbacks and receivers throw it around, and all those skill player guys. But really looking forward to seeing our big men in the trenches on both sides of the ball, because that's where you win. We've got to do a lot of evaluation there. We've got to get bigger and stronger in that area. But just like our team right now, I really do. Had that same feeling when I first came back here in 2014, and when I first walked in that room, I had those same looks, looking back at me. That's what I got tonight. So hopefully we can keep developing them and make something happen.
Coach, you talked about a great game last night.
Yeah.
Especially.
Well, the plan always, I'd hate to eat my words, but the plan is always to try to make it an experience for the fans, But you got to get through spring. You got to see how healthy you are at the end of spring. But if we can do a real spring game-like atmosphere, and I think it's good for the fans, it's good for the team, it's a great way to end spring practice. So we'll try to create that atmosphere on the spring game. But we got to get through, spring and see how healthy we are, and if we can break up into two good teams, evenly matched teams, and try to make a game of it.
Now that you've had the coaching staff together for about a month, what kind of familiarity are you starting to gain with those guys?
Well, a lot of those guys, especially on the offense, I knew those guys previously. I'll be honest with you, the guys that were here with the previous staff from day one, we've gelled really good. It's like we've worked together for a long time. So there's a lot of, consistency there with our staff. Great family people, their wives are great, kids are running around. So those are all good signs of a good staff, And so I love our staff. I think they do a tremendous job, and they're excited too. They're ready to get to work with these guys as well.
We're talking to Juwan Jones here in a few minutes after maybe watching some tape of last year and hear him talking to defensive coaches. How excited are you to get to coach him for a few more years?
Good. I'm excited to coach all the guys, to be honest with you. I think, he does have a special skill trait. We'll have to let him get healthy, and all those kind of things. But I'm excited about working with him and all the other guys. I think we got some really talented guys on our team.
Having pass rushers like him and Malone, how much is an advantage does that give you coming in and knowing you have some younger guys especially that can really get after the passer in a league where everyone likes to throw the ball?
Yeah, I think, if you got two good pass rushers on the edge that can cause some havoc, That's big in this league because, you know, like I always say, it's an offensive-driven league. And those two guys have shown that they can do it. They got to still develop and grow and get better. But we're excited they're with us, and we got to add some young guys behind them too that, you know, could come in. And it's all about competition. You know, I talked to the guys tonight about, you know, competition brings out the best in everybody. And, you know, there is no starter, you know, hey, my job is safe. You know, you got to go out there and earn your job and compete. And when the new guys come in, you know, they may come in and win a job as well. So everybody understands that's the standard here. You got to go to work every day and compete, and that's what we'll do.